Here we are, Academy's F-22, okay, Raptor. Final thoughts first. Well, I give that about a 7 out of 10. I'm not happy with my paintwork, totally. I've got a little bit too much orange peel going on. You can probably see that in a few of the shots. So my paintbrush work wasn't too good. I stuffed up on the decals on the underside. Let's see, oh, that one was a good one, but on that side, can you see that? Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but we'll get into that in a minute. Oh yeah, that's the guts of the light effect, which I'll show you in a second. There's the switch, and there we are. That's the first time I've done those, well, second time actually, if you include my Millennium Falcon. Just one in the middle. That's probably not enough. I'd probably do 2 or 3. Yeah, two in each pipe and 1 in the middle next time for that. Excuse my pump as it goes on. So, Academy's F-22. What are my thoughts on this after I've finished building it? I must admit, from the build review and from the initial fit, I thought, oh, this is going to go well together, and it has gone well together. No, don't get me wrong. There was only a few foibles putting the internals in on the. Oops. Yeah. And these don't really stick in well. I should glue that in. Oh, in here, I should say, on the closing the wheel wells was not precise. You had to do a little bit of fettling. The missile bays though the missile bays and bomb bays went together quite well, as I'll show you here. It's a nice fit. Okay. The way I did that effect was basically just oops, come on, how'd you get? Doesn't want to come out. There's 2 magnets and 2 washers. Very simple, very flat washers that had to just sand away a little bit of detail, and they just sit in there like that. Yeah, the only problems I found with the kit was just the detail just started to run out here and there. It started to get a bit soft, and I should have persevered. So I'll just move that light out of the way. But as you can see here, okay, the panel line just sort of disappears, and that happens quite a few times over here. Just here and there. You just think, oh, what have you done there? And I should have not gone on. I should have stopped and rescribed here and there. So I've got concerns with that. Also the intakes, the fit around here and so forth. Yeah, it's okay. You know, it's not going to win any awards. It's okay. But you know, for the price and for the size, I mean, this is a big plane, and for what you get overall, it's not too bad. The decals are really nice, except yeah, don't use any sort of aggressive decal solution. I used that normally and it just destroyed them. So yeah, don't do that, and also don't wait for them to dry. I was in a rush and I didn't let them dry properly, so that was probably part thereof of it. The nozzles are sort of, you know, not the best detail in the world. Like I said, this is out of the box, so they could do with some extra. When you check reference photos, they're okay. Yeah, but overall, fairly happy with that. As you can see, I've installed the sidewinder there. Okay, just as it's coming out of its missile bay. The door fell off just as I was starting to film. Okay, so the attachment point for that is very dodgy, so I'm going to have to put a lot more glue on there. I didn't want to put too much glue. Yeah, not much else to say really, apart from I'll put up some proper photos instead of just throwing this around to you. The weathering effects I tried to get, I used black basing, okay, and I used about 3 or 4 different shades. There's 3 official shades of grey you've got to use, around the edges here, the base coat, and what I call the dick or cock blotches, because that's what they look like on all the parts, the camouflage pattern. But within that, there's actually fair more colour variations, and these things get really dirty. So I tried to get that effect, and I've tried to add a flat and a satin sort of coat to the final finish, and it's in real life, not on camera, because it's a bit shiny here. It sort of works, but I'm not 100% happy with that. So I call this a journey kit, trying a few things and they didn't work. And yeah, one thing that did work, however, I'm pretty happy with the chipping effect. See I don't know what that is, a refueling area or something in there. No, that's refueling. What's that for? Oh, that's a speed brake, I think. All the reference photos I saw had lots of chipping down to the green fluorescent primer, and I've also done the chipping along the leading edge of the rudders there, and a little bit more here and there, or I've worn it down to that. And in fact, on the tail, on the elevators, there's a little bit of that as well. Could have done more actually. Yeah, and there's more chipping here, and of course there's some metallic chipping around the gun port, because that's where the gun pops out of there and shoots. Yeah, overall, well, would I buy or build this kit again? Maybe. Definite maybe. It's the problem is with in this scale, the Hasegawa one is probably got a lot better detail, but the all these parts, the stealthy sort of jagged zigzag stuff, are all raised. And on the real thing, they are a little bit raised, but not. The scale effect just goes completely out the ball with the Hasegawa one. They just look ridiculous in my view. So the detail on this is not as good as Hasegawa. The fit's pretty good. You do get a pilot, even though I think I had a lot of trouble getting the pilot seated properly in there. He came up okay, I think. The canopy fit wasn't the best either, I must admit. I had to use quite a bit of glue to get that to actually sit down. Yeah, like I said, if you really want to do an F-22, this is a good base, but you're going to have to do some rescribing. You're going to have to, I would definitely get the photo etch set and nozzles set for it to up the detail, because it's really quite bland as is. I would call this a good, out of the box, it's a good 3 foot away model. Okay, if we zoom the camera out 3 feet away, or if you put it in a display cabinet, hey, it looks impressive, it looks nice, but up close, it's okay. It's yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'll put some photos up, and yeah, we'll get stuck into the next model. I hope you enjoyed the build and the review. Cheers.